Well, hey folks, how y'all doing? Welcome back. And then old man in the land of grills. You can't even really see it. Way back there, there's that orange thing. We're gonna cook on that today. The Kamado Joe Kettle Joe. Yeah, we haven't cooked on that in a long, long time. And I'm still, the story's still out on that thing. The hyperbolic cook chamber. Does it really work? I've got a little piece of brisket today. Brisket has been extremely hard to find, and when you can find it, it's really pricey. So I just got a piece of a flat that was 33 bucks. Give you a look at that. We actually marinated it last night. Give you a look at that, and then we'll pull that thing out, go through it. I'll leave a link down below of the review we did of it. But let's get it out of there. It's going to take some time just to get it out of there, and give you a look-see. All right. Quick tour of the Kamado Joe Kettle Joe here, folks. I'll leave a link down below to the review we did on this. It is very interesting. That's the hyperbolic cook chamber. They call it the slow roller, and they have this on their bigger kettle, on their bigger ceramic ones, but it fits on the inside. This one fits on the outside, and that also fits on a Weber 22-inch. And I have tried it, and does it work? I'm really, we're going to find out a little bit more today how well it does work with that small brisket. But you can see it's kind of a hybrid. What's different about it, Kamado Joes are just, they're ceramic. This is steel, but it's got this basket in the bottom there that's got the ceramic bricks in it. And then there's your slow roller, and there's an insert in there, and it rolls the smoke. The hinge, the lid is hinged and adjustable, so you can take that off and use it like a regular grill. This thing is, like I said, it's a hybrid for sure. So let's get her fired up and take a look at that brisket. All right, brisket's on. Smoke is definitely rolling through the hyperbolic, whatever, slow roller there. I've got a little drippage down below there, and I already checked my water pan. There's nothing leaking there, so I think it's condensation. It's 23 degrees right now. It is windy. We're supposed to get some freezing rain, snow, whatever. Today's supposed to be absolutely just beautiful. So I do have the meat stick in there, and I've got it covered with a sandwich bag. Let's just take a quick look here. Temps are not coming up yet, at least not on the gauge. Nothing on the gauge yet. The meat stick said it was about 100. And there's our smoky setup here. If you're wondering what we're using here, when you saw it before, you saw that I had lump in there. Well, today I'm using not using lump. Yeah, B&B oak briquettes, folks. Ace Hardware. If you can find them, hotter, longer, cleaner. These things are awesome. Got some of that too I need to try. So, but today we're using that. It's what was in there. So give you a couple look-sees as we proceed. This should be interesting, especially with the weather, to see how this performs. All right, 30 minutes into it. This is what the meter is saying. Their estimations on this is, of the three that I've tried, the Yumly, the meat stick, and the meter still, in my opinion, is the better of the three. It's more accurate, no doubt about that. I did shut the vents, top vent, bottom vent, throttling them back, and the temp is throttling back. We were at 225 an hour coming down, so I might have to open that back up. I didn't think I had that tight of a seal, but maybe I do. So we'll give you a couple look-sees as we proceed. All right, folks, hour and a half into it. Lid is reading 225. The meter is saying it's 264, internals 141. Let's just take a quick look here. One of the things that, on a smaller piece of meat like this, I was really tempted to do fat cap up. I chose to do fat cap down, and what I did once I got it on, after about 20 minutes, I put some beef tallow, 3 little scoops of beef tallow on top, just to add a little bit of moisture. And it's been on there for about an hour now, so let's take a look. Well, you can see our water is now boiling, so we'll give this a quick. So I think the lid temp is off a little bit. So we're gonna back down on just there a little bit. And our bottom vent is still about an inch open. We're gonna leave that. This thing is acting more like, and you gotta remember, even though it's made by Kamado Joe and they're calling it the Kettle Joe, it's acting a lot like a Weber kettle. It really is. You gotta remember, there's no insulation. You know, like the char griller is double insulated and it's got insulation in there. That acts like Kamado. We've got the Visions over there. That's a Kamado. This is not a Kamado. It's a kettle that's got this thing on it that wraps the smoke and makes it smoke. So we'll keep on going here. Doesn't mean it ain't gonna turn out bad brisket. We'll keep on going. All right, folks, we are, as you can see right there, we're about 2 hours and 50 minutes into it. Our temps right now are, well, it says ambient is 252. That says closer to 200. Our internal is 149. It says 13 hours ago. That's because we're in the stall now, and it's taken forever to, when you get into the stall, it takes forever to gain temps. So the program doesn't know that. It'd be nice if it did, but that would be a kind of a challenge. Ooh, we got some nice, that's looking pretty nice. Just gonna give it a little spritz, cover it back up. Our water, we're gonna get a little bit more water, put it in there, and give you a couple more look-sees. So far, so good. All right, 4 hours into it, starting to lose temp on the grill. My internal is 143, and even on the lid, it says we're losing temp. So I don't know if we burned through all the charcoal in 4 hours. But I'm probably going to take it apart here real quick and just see what's going on. If I have to, I could fire up a pellet grill and finish it off on there. All right, there's the status of the charcoal. Just get some of the ash out of there so this can burn. There's enough charcoal here, so we're just gonna clean this off real good. And all right, we got it open. We're going to put some more in and keep on going here. Give you a look-see. All right, more charcoal in there. It's a matter of taking the slow roller off and it repositioned there, and then lid back down. And we'll open up the vents and hopefully this will solve the issue. All right, folks, I want to show you something here. So when we knock down the ash, it goes into an ash tray. That ash tray is also your air intake. So when you fill that thing up like this is, it blocks your airflow. So this is not a very good design. I'm struggling here. So I'm gonna pull this out, give you a look-see, clean it out, put it back in, and hopefully we'll be able to continue on. Yeah, and there's your problem. It's full of ash, and that's where your airflow goes. So this is a kind of a poor design by Kamado. I'm sorry, Kamado Joe. This isn't working very well. I'm gonna empty this out and keep on going here. All right, we're 5 hours into it. We lost in that temperature thing. Obviously we rebounded on the grill temp, but we were down in the 130s again. We were up to 144 internal on the brisket. So we're gonna pull that. We're done with this. Put them in a tray, and we're going to open this up wide, and we're going to put a little beef stock in there, cover the whole thing, put it in there, and hopefully take up to 205-ish, whatever it takes to get it probe tender. Let it rest, and then we'll give you a look-see once we're slicing it up. So far, I'll tell you what, for a longer cook for Kamado Joe, Kettle Joe, it's kind of disappointing. All right, folks, it's kind of a struggle here today, but there's our brisket, our part of a brisket flat, and 6 hours, a little over 6 hours, and about 45 minutes resting. Got our knife here. We're just gonna take a look-see here. Cutting pretty nice. Got a smoke ring on there. Holy smokes! Holy smokes on the smoke ring. Let's take a look. So there's our brisket flat. A little resistance there. Take a little taste test. Not bad. Not the best. Got to do the right side, Tom. Smoke ring is pretty good. Bend test. I got a thin piece there. Look at that smoke ring. Holy cow. All right, there's our small brisket flat. You can see it is plenty juicy inside. The Kettle Joe from Kamado Joe, it struggled, to be honest with you folks. Maybe it was the weather. Maybe this is a fair weather grill. I'm not sure. But we made it work. Got a hell of a smoke ring. Holy smokes. I don't think I've ever had a smoke ring that big before. And it does do have a nice bend there going. So I still got to be honest with you folks. When it comes down to the Kamado Joe, Kettle Joe, I paid $600 for it. It's $500 now. It's more like a Weber than anything else, but it does work. And the brisket, that's a nice looking brisket right there. Hope you enjoy this. If you've got one, let me know what your thoughts on this thing is. I really think you could do just as well with a char griller Acorn for $300 as opposed to paying $500 for the Kettle Joe. That's just my opinion. Thumbs up, leave a comment, and as always, thanks for watching.